KTM has established itself as the dominant force in the adventure travel segment, well known for producing more power, more speed, and more technology. Building on that success legacy, we are proud to introduce to you the KTM 1390 Super Adventure S EVO. Next level crazy. But now, to explain a bit more about the new bike, let's call up a specialist, Jochie.
Hey Dieter.
Hello, Jochie. Jochie, what a bike. I mean, the KTM 1390 Super Adventure. Incredible to see in my own eyes now. But I think the best to do is start in the front and the real beginning. So let's have a look at the front wheel and start from there.
Yeah. The new 1390 bikes, they stand on new tires. In the front, rear, the Evo and S models, they are fitted with Dunlop Meridian tires, providing high grip, of course, but in addition, super agile behavior and high track stability.
It's really cool how we always focus on the riders, trying to give them the best out of the bike.
Of course, that's the main target. We want to have the best performance when it comes to bike performance, but also one essential part are the tires.
But you're also focusing on the wheels, the new Brembo. What did we change there?
The S models, the S and S EVO, they have new brake pads, giving a little stronger bite, especially in the beginning, better brake performance. In addition, also the master cylinders are reworked, having overall better performance on the bike.
Wow, really cool. Now moving up from the front brake calipers, if we look at the all-new WP Apex semi-active suspension, what has changed there?
Yeah, it's the latest generation made by WP. It's a new technology, it's called through rod technology, providing less friction, giving more sensitivity for the rider. In addition, new sensors giving faster signals to the control unit. And all in all, it provides better suspension performance, less friction, better sensitivity, and in total, if we lose 500 grams in the front, that's quite a bit.
That's quite a lot to lose just on the front suspension. But Jochie, for those guys that want even further fine-tuning, we have in our KTM Power Parts catalog, we've got Suspension Pro seating.
Yeah.
And Suspension Pro, we've got the new Auto that adjusts the suspension even in off-road mode, really quite a cool feature. And then Suspension Pro. Suspension Pro allows the fine-tuning of your compression, your rebound and damping for really that guys that want to get everything out of the suspension. Now Joachim, moving up from the suspension, main difference on the bike, there's headlight.
Yeah, looking at the bike from the front, comparing it to the predecessors, you see quite a massive change in the front. We have a new headlight unit, that means we have smaller units of the low and high beam. Then we have a signature light, the daytime running light. And all in all, the unit is more compact and doesn't give you that massive impression compared to the predecessor.
Joachim, what was for me quite interesting speaking with the guys from R&D, finding out more about the headlight, is the passion that goes into evolving this. And if we look at it and compare it to where we first saw this headlight was on the new Duke generation, it's definitely better nighttime visibility that we can see, because that's quite a big thing for us adventure guys.
Yeah, we have the highest development technology here in Mattighofen. We have laboratories to really improve the light technology, and I can promise you the light output of this unit in combination with the new cornering light, it's impressive. Riding at nighttime, it's like on a sunny day.
Yeah, it's a whole new experience, and it's good to know, like you mentioned, the new cornering lights, because if we look at the new positioning of them down low, previously they were integrated to the top of the headlight, but now we've repositioned them for better nighttime.
And they are much more efficient, and especially when cornering on twisty roads in the mountains, it's top.
Really important for us adventure riders. Joachim, another thing that caught my eye when I looked at the front end is the positioning of the front radar. Have we changed anything there?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a new radar system made by Bosch, a much smaller radar sensor, and it provides a lot more features compared to the predecessor. So the new 1390 Super Adventure generation provides features such as brake assist, group riding assist, hold. This is, for instance, to prevent you from overtaking on the wrong side. The collision warning, for instance, is also something important when it comes to safety. And well, all in all, definitely the next evolution of safety features.
It's really cool how we're giving riders all that more features to improve their riding. But I think one of the cool things as well, Jochi, and especially on the Super Adventure S EVO, with the AMT that we're going to jump into later, is the new stop and go.
Well, this is definitely a cool thing. You follow a car stopping in front of you at a traffic light, the bike comes down to stop and re-accelerates behind the car, and you don't need to use anything such as clutch, or it's done everything on its own.
It's really incredible, I think, especially in those emergent situations where the bike comes to a complete standstill and can pull away again when traffic moves in busy freeway environments. Now, moving up from the front, quite an important part for adventure riders, especially guys like me that's a bit taller, is windshield and wind protection. Have we changed anything there?
Definitely. We had an eye on making the aerodynamics even more efficient. So a new windshield, now you can adjust it up to 70 millimeters from the lowest position to the highest position. And especially for the tall guys, they feature much more wind protection compared to the predecessor now.
Jochi, moving on from the front end, if I start looking at this side of the bike, one of the main features that catches my eye is this all-new 8.8-inch TFT dash.
Yeah, that's real amazing. When sitting on the bike, the new dash, it's so informative for me as a rider. You know, I really can navigate in the menu so easily, using just the mode switch, changing into different modes. It's so well illustrated, it's so easy to recognize everything, and it has endless options on how to configure your bike.
Jochi, I think it's one of the main things that we also changed on this TFT dash is the user interface, making it much easier.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, definitely. You have so many options to use it. You even have touchscreen now, and for me also a big step forward is we also have a map navigation now available on that bike. And you do not even need your smartphone anymore. You can do everything on the bike.
That's quite incredible because it's offline navigation, as we call it. And the important part is as well with the user interface is what we change now is if I change a setting, a rider mode, it changes everything connected to it, correct?
Yeah, exactly. For me as an off-road oriented rider, it's so cool changing from street into the off-road ride mode. I already have my off-road ABS and off-road traction control. Everything is, and even the suspension now, it all changes in one step.
I think that's one of the main important parts is that user interface. And then as well, for those that want even further customization, we've got 3 custom modes. For someone that really wants to set up the riding for on his own, pillion, whatever scenarios they might be riding in. Moving on from the TFT dash to the handlebar, there's something strange happening here. What's that?
Yeah, on this model, on the 1390 Super Adventure S EVO, you do not have a clutch lever anymore. And do you know why? This is related to our latest technology, AMT, automated manual transmission, an engine technology providing a super comfortable transmission without the need of using a clutch anymore.
It's really quite impressive. I mean, this is now the first motorbike in KTM's lineup coming out with that AMT gearbox. And some of the highlights, like you know, is the fact that I can shift gears with my fingers. I've got the foot shift lever or fully automated mode.
Exactly.
Where it does everything.
And also a very, very comfortable feature is you don't need to regulate the clutch in a tricky situation. You just open the throttle and you do the clutch regulation just with the RPMs of your throttle grip.
It's really, really cool, this new AMT gearbox. And weight-wise, how much did that add to the bike?
It's just 1 kilogram extra weight for such a high level technology. That's really a big effort of our engineers.
Jochi, back to the handlebar. Now, for sure, we've spoken about the fact that there's no clutch on this bike, but what else have we changed on the handlebar?
Well, in general, it became quite a bit wider compared to the previous generation, giving you more adult feel when sitting on the bike and dealing with a bike. Then we got new handguards, reinforced, giving you more protection for your hands. But the big thing when sitting on the bike is that we have new switch cubes, and this is a big step forward. On the left side, we have an additional feature with a joystick, so you can easily maneuver in your menu on your dash with a joystick. And on the right-hand side, we have the additional mode switch, making the change of different riding modes much easier than before.
I think that's one of the main things we try to focus on is that rider interface experience. Being able to quickly change stuff that you see as well as the riding modes, not having to go through multiple different steps to change stuffing. Jochi, now another part, I mean, we're living in technology age, cell phones. How have we accommodated that, especially with phones getting bigger?
Yeah, we enlarged our compartment between a tank and the dash quite a bit so that you really can store now the largest sizes of smartphones. And in addition, we have 2 USB-C charging ports, one in the compartment and the second one in the dash area.
Really cool how we have those 2, the one in the compartment for the cell phone and of course the one on the dash in the front to allow for GPS or action cameras to be formed. Now Jochi, one of the other things that changed on the bike is the foot peg positioning. What had happened there?
The foot peg position have been lowered by 8 millimeters and also became wider in order to, on one side, giving the rider a more relaxed knee angle and also having a better control when standing on the bike with a wider position.
Really focusing on that rider ergonomics, making it more comfortable for the rider on the long
This
days
has always been one of our main focuses, to really customize or give the customer the chance to customize the ergonomics according to his preferences and body size.
Yep, definitely. But Joachim, from the foot pegs, the frame. We've changed stuff on the frame as well.
One target of the new generation was to provide a better stability combined with excellent agility of the bike. And so the basic architecture hasn't changed on the new generation, but a lot of components and dimensions of tubes have been changed to provide more stiffness and flexibility, a mix of both, for excellent track stability at high speed when the bike is loaded with passenger and full luggage. Safety on this side and also still providing excellent agility.
Joachim, now that we've spoken about all these changes, I think it's time to dive in a bit more on the engine. 1390, I mean, more is more. What can you tell me about that?
More is more. We have added 50cc of displacement. This is not so much more, but the result is so much more. The new engine generation features now a performance increase from 160 up to 173 horsepower, and we increased the torque from 138 to 145 Newton meter. And how did we do it? It's not just that little bit of increased displacement. In total, we also have a new technology implemented on that new engine. It's called cam shift, and this is quite a sophisticated technology, providing different cam timings on the inlet side of the cylinder head cams. And that means we have a certain cam for lower RPM, and then between 5,000–6,000 RPM, depending on the condition, we change to a different cam timing for the higher RPM. And this allows us to increase torque on the one side and increase the peak performance on the other side without sacrificing the rideability. It's the opposite. We even provide so much better rideability and comfort and controllability of the new engine.
Joachim, now a big question is, with being more is more weight, did we gain any weight on this bike compared to the previous generation?
The target was to keep the same level as on the predecessor models, even though we increased the number of features and technology level so much. And the final result is, on the standard model, on the standard S model, we have absolutely the same level, and on the AMT model with this highest level of technology, we have 1 kilogram only extra compared to before.
Joachim, that's almost nothing. But one of the important parts as well is for the engine is cooling. But with cooling, what's quite important for the riders is the heat between the legs. What have we changed when it comes down to the cooling?
Well, with the new bodywork design, we managed to even keep the airstream much more away from the rider's leg on one side. The radiators are fitted with new fans, having blades with additional wings, providing higher efficiency of the cooling, and this brings down the overall temperature level quite a bit.
Joachim, with the radiators, you mentioned the new bodywork, and for me, stepping back and looking at this bike, that's just incredible.
Well, our engineers and designers, they try to really give the bike a new look and a new shape, especially with a new front end around the headlight unit. They also made a much larger side spoiler now, inspired by other off-road bikes or even the rally bike. And all in all, I think it gives the bike a very cool and new appearance and cool look.
Definitely you're not going to miss this bike on the road. Now, one of the main things when I look at the new generation is the naming. So previously we had the S and the R, but on the new generation we've got a S Evo and the R model. What's the main difference between the S and the S Evo that's standing here in front of us?
Honestly, there are not that many differences between the S and S Evo, apart from the AMT, of course. The main thing is the radar sensor in the front, the center stand, and also the lightweight lithium-ion battery, which is fitted on the S Evo.
And the cool part is all of those features can be retrofitted. So a customer can buy the S, he can retrofit the front radar, he can retrofit the center stand, and the lightweight lithium battery if he wants to. So it's really for those guys that want more the manual gearbox.
Exactly.
This bike will be rolling off the Austria production line, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this next level crazy of adventure bikes out on the road.